The Gulf of Oman and Strait of Hormuz represents a vital global artery. Daily, massive volumes of the world's oil supply pass through here. The appearing data points represent the hundreds of thousands of Indian nationals staffing these vessels worldwide. These engineers, navigators, and deckhands work thousands of kilometers away from home in a region that is growing increasingly volatile. Because of this massive concentration of seafarers, the safety of Indian citizens is now directly impacted by the security of these distant international waters. That security was compromised when the MT Setabelo, a commercial oil tanker, was struck during a U.S. military operation while navigating this corridor. 3 Indian crew members were killed in the strike, while 21 others were rescued from the damaged vessel. U.S. Central Command confirmed the strike was part of a military operation enforcing maritime blockades linked to the regional conflict with Iran. In an instant, a civilian workplace became a site of military action, drawing merchant sailors into a conflict they had no part in. U.S. Central Command issued an official justification, stating the vessel was targeted for attempting to violate a blockade on Iranian oil shipments. The U.S. military asserts that formal warnings were broadcast to the tanker before any lethal force was used. The ship's management has rejected these allegations, denying any involvement with Iranian oil and calling for an independent international investigation. This creates 2 conflicting accounts, one describing a legitimate military target and another describing an innocent commercial vessel. 3 grieving Indian families are now waiting for the truth to emerge from these competing narratives. India's Ministry of External Affairs issued a sharp condemnation, stating that civilian sailors should never become casualties of military operations. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar raised the issue directly with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, labeling the lethal action against commercial vessels as unjustified. New Delhi took the serious step of summoning senior U.S. diplomats to formally register its protest and demand accountability for the deaths. Washington characterizes the strike as a tactical military necessity, while New Delhi views it as the unjustified killing of its citizens. This aggressive diplomatic posture signals that India will not treat its overseas workers as acceptable collateral damage in foreign conflicts. This chart of the region shows the scale of the risk. Multiple commercial vessels have faced military actions in the Gulf in recent days, creating a cluster of dangerous incidents. Inside India, political opposition and the public are demanding stronger international pressure to ensure the safety of citizens working abroad. The Indian government must now balance its strategic partnership with the United States while forcefully demanding justice for the victims. Public outrage has turned this maritime tragedy into a test of the government's ability to protect its citizens from military overreach. Global energy corridors are now seeing frequent military operations and strategic blockades as regional conflicts move into international shipping lanes. The stability of the global supply chain is facing immediate pressure. If commercial vessels are treated as valid targets, thousands of civilian sailors face life-threatening danger while performing their jobs. The outcome of the MT Setabelo investigation will determine if there is still accountability for civilian lives or if maritime workers have become permanent targets in a crossfire economy.